Hello friends, I am Dr. Renu Saini. In this lecture, I will discuss about floating point numbers, normalized floating point numbers, S-digit Mantissa standard form, and error, then different kind of errors. Floating point numbers. If we can represent a number in this form, then a number is called a floating point number, where P1, P2, P3, dash Ps are S integers and lies between 0 to alpha. Alpha is a base and epsilon is exponent. The fractional part point P1, P2, 3 dash Ps is called mantissa and it lies between -1 to 1. Normalized floating point number. A non-zero floating point number as defined in earlier slide is in normal form if the value of the mantissa, that is the fractional part of a number, lies between in this interval or in this interval. For example, these are the number in normal form. Generally here we consider alpha is 10, but this number is not in normal form. So we can convert this number into normal form by shifting the fractional part 3 places to the left. Then we get the number 0.674 into 10 to the power 2, which is in normal form. So you can convert your number in normal form. It is not given in normal form. S-digit Mantissa standard form. A non-zero floating point number is called in S-digit Mantissa standard form if number 1 it is in normalized form, that is Mantissa lies one of the interval which I have explained in earlier slide, and second one is mantissa of a number consists exactly s number of digits, not more than s or less than s. Let us consider a number x in this form. Here the mantissa of x consists more than s integers or digits, here ps1, ps2, psn. So we can convert this into S-digit mantissa in standard form by following two ways. First one is chopping. In chopping, we will neglect the digits or terms after PS, or simply you can say we discard all the digits after the digit PS. And second way is rounding. For rules for rounding, you can go through my previous lecture. For this, we can write our digit like that. Then the first S digit makes the floating point number. Now you are thinking how we can write this number like that in rounding. So let's see some examples. Suppose you have to round up this number to 5 significant digit. Here sixth digit is 4. According to the representation in previous slide, we can represent this number in the following form. After calculation, you will get this number, that is this is rounded number to 5 significant digit. If you will round up this number by applying rounding rule, you will get the same number. Other example is this. You have to also round up this number to 5 significant digit. Here sixth digit is 7. You can write it as this. After calculation, you will get this number. This is your rounded number to 5 significant digit. Now, what is symmetric rounding off? If the number is rounded according to this rounding rule, then it is called symmetric rounding off. Errors. In numerical method, give approximate solution. These solutions always contain number of errors. In numerical analysis, we always try to find the approximate solution which is nearest to the exact value. Thus, we can say in simplest form, error is the difference between true value of a quantity and its approximate value. Error can be occur from both machine and human. In computers, computer is a digital device and it is limited in its ability to represent the magnitude and precision of a numbers. That is, computers are usually designed such that each location in memory store only a finite number of digits. Hence, the machine itself gives results that contain errors. If the errors due to the machine is called machine epsilon. Actually, numerical method includes so many repetitive operations. It is very difficult to handle it manually for large problems. So sometimes error arises due to human during solution of a problem. I have discussed in previous slides that error can occur in doing calculations. Some error are due to the way that a computer does arithmetic. Now I am going to describe the other kind of errors which come across in any numerical computations. These are the different types of errors: inherent error, rounding error, truncation error, absolute error, relative error, and percentage error. Inherent error. This type of error is already present in the statement of a problem before its solution. Inherent error may be arising due to the simplified assumption in the mathematical formulation of the real life problem, or the error in the physical measurement of the parameter of the problem. Now, question is, can we minimize the inherent error? Yes, we can minimize the inherent error by taking better data which is free from error, or by using high precision computing aids. Actually, the error associated with both calculation and measurement can be characterized regarding their accuracy and precision. Accuracy refers to the number of significant digits in a value. For example, this number 45.6235 is accurate to 6 significant digits, and precision refers to number of decimal position or order of magnitude of the last digit in the value. For example, in this number, precision is 10 to the power minus 4. Rounding error. This type of error arises due to the rounding of a number during calculations. This error is also called precision error or numerical error. We can minimize this error by avoiding subtraction of nearly equal numbers. For example, x and y are two numbers correct to 6 significant digits. The difference of these two numbers z is only correct to 2 significant digits. Thus, we can say that subtraction of two nearly equal numbers causes a considerable loss of significant digits and may magnify the error in later calculations. Similarly, when we divide any number by a small number or multiply by a large number. Second one is retaining at least two more significant digits in calculations and round off the final answer to the given correct significant digits. Truncation error. Truncate means shorten or cut something. Thus, truncation error is caused by using approximate results, which are generally based on truncation series, or we can say it occurs by replacing an infinite process by a finite one. For example, here e to the power x is approximated by the cubic term. Here is the truncated series, but we know that ex has an infinite terms and it is given by this. The error occurred due to the truncation of this series is called truncation error. Now suppose x is the true value of a quantity and its approximate value is given by xa. Then absolute error of any number is given by this formula, and relative error is given by this formula where x is the true value of a quantity, and percentage error of a number is given by this formula. Using these formulas, you can calculate the absolute, relative error and percentage error of any quantity or a number.